It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another comic book review for The Walking Dead. This is going to be my review for issue 193 of The Walking Dead's comic book series, which is called The Farmhouse. This is going to be a big one. Obviously, as most of you have already heard, this issue is the final issue for The Walking Dead's comic book series. Not just Rick's final issue or anything like that. It is the final one. So, like 2 days ago, they revealed that this is going to be the final issue, so it was a little more than last minute, but it is absolutely insane to think about this being the final issue, but it is. One other thing I do want to say is I tried to find this comic book in the comic shops, but I could not find it. They were all sold out. I checked like 6 or 7 different comic shops and they were all sold out. So I had to order mine online. I actually ordered 2 copies, and I also ordered the variant cover for the last issue, which I couldn't also find. So I ordered all of those. They should be arriving later this month, but I did find it online and I will be reading it online. Now, because this is the final issue and it's a big one, I decided to not only do a review of this issue, but also a reaction. So I'm going to be reacting to reading the issue as I go along here. And obviously I'm going to cut portions where it's not really interesting and just put snippets of the most exciting or interesting parts of my reactions to reading the issue. Now I will timestamp when that is up, so when the reaction is over and when I jump into the review somewhere on the screen, so you guys can actually go and just jump into the review if you're not interested to seeing the reaction. And I will try my best not to do any sort of review as I'm reading, as I'm reacting. I'll try to save all of that until the end where I jump into the review. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. This is my first read. I'm absolutely excited. I can't wait to read this. Let's jump into it. Issue 193, The Farmhouse. So I hope we get a reveal about who this person is. One thing I do want to say right away. I hope they reveal who this is supposed to be, because fandom has been going crazy speculating who this is. Probably Rick. Now that I think about it, this being the final issue, it makes sense that it's Rick. But I could be completely wrong about that. Alright, so we are starting right away with that walker that we see in the cover, which is pretty cool. Doesn't look like Rick anymore. It's just a walker. So it's just a regular walker. We were wrong about all of our speculations, it seems. But this is a pretty dope drawing right here. This is pretty cool. Who's that? That's Michonne's katana though, right? Whoa! Is that Carl? Holy shit. Damn. Then we had quite a bit of time skip. This is a pretty epic panel right here, though. Wow. Look at Carl. I hope that's Carl. I hope I'm not going crazy, but I don't think we know anyone else that has an eye patch or is missing an eye. It kind of looks like Negan as well. Maybe an older Negan, but why would he have an eye patch on? Carl? Yeah. It is Carl then. Whoa, I already killed it, Sophia. It's dead. So that's Sophia. So Sophia and Carl are a thing now after all these years. How many years have actually passed though? Where's Andrea? Did she see it? Wait. Who's Andrea? Isn't Andrea dead? Whoa, so that's their daughter. Wow, they named it after Andrea. That's pretty amazing. But on a school day, so there's schools now? That's pretty cool. Checking for whether it bit someone, that's pretty cool. Inside the safe zone, so they're inside a safe zone, a big safe zone it seems. Baby Herschel, I think that's what they're referring to. See The Walking Dead? Don't get too close? Wow, so they have are they like real walkers in there? Like pets or something? But look at the community, is this Alexandria? Or it could be Commonwealth, it's difficult to tell. I hope they reveal that. But that's pretty dope. See The Walking Dead? He is a living legend, for sure. Whoa. Carl's got a bit of an attitude now. Oh, I see. So they are keeping walkers in the cages, but Carl probably didn't know about that. Oh, that's cool. Do you have any idea how much these things are worth? So these things are in a way very precious now. And it's like one of those things where, you know, where we dig up things from the ground and after like thousands of years we look at them as treasure. the walkers are kind of like treasure in a way to them after that many years. So that's cool. I wonder how old Carl is though. He looks like he's maybe 40 or close to his 40s there. I'm getting Sheriff Kapoor. So Sheriff Kapoor does exist. But I don't know, like, are the next 2 issues just bogus? Are they just covers or is there actual issues? I think they're just bogus or fake covers at this point. Or at least fake issue covers. They could be real covers of actual people. That's Officer Kapoor right there. That's Andrea, wow. So that's Carl's daughter. That's pretty cool to think about. Destruction of private property. The law is very clear. Damn. They rebuilt civilization. So this is like our world in a way. But with walkers being like a treasure. That's actually a cool concept. I love that concept though. Wow. Damn. That concept I really like. I think it's got me hooked so far with that concept alone. That's a pretty cool panel. Who's this? Oh, that's Earl. That was Baby Herschel? I completely missed that. That was Keeping the Walkers. Maggie's legacy lives on too then. I wonder if they're going to make an appearance. 10 years. So it's been 10 years. So the previous issue, maybe Carl was what? Around his 20s? 20 something, right? So he's like 30, in his 30s. Wow. Oh, Maggie was busy with everything at Commonwealth. So Maggie is leading the Commonwealth? Is that what's happening? Wow. So Maggie took over the Commonwealth after Rick died. That's pretty cool. Would have loved to see that storyline. But anyway, I'll leave that till the end. Oh, that's pretty cool. With the stars? Yeah, that's the sad part. He never got to see or meet Andrea. Speaking of Rick, obviously, or referring to Rick. So one thing that I can't get away from or get out of my head is 10 years. In 10 years, they basically rebuilt civilization. Or within that 10 years, they were able to rebuild civilization. And obviously, it seems like this is not Commonwealth, it's Alexandria. So Commonwealth might have been the trigger for that, or the Kickstarter of them rebuilding civilization, which is pretty cool. I just miss him so much. That's pretty sad. He looks like Rick in some of these shots. Carl, older Carl. That's cool too. We find ourselves here today to discuss a simple dispute. Wow. You all know Carl has a famous father, but that shouldn't mean we can do whatever we want without any fear of consequence. That's pretty deep. That's very deep. Yeah, that's very true. There's barely any of you left that remember what life was like. To you, the dead are a novelty, something to pay money to see for entertainment. I'm aware of how popular Herschel's show is. Doesn't mean I agree with it. That itself is very, very powerful. I really like that. If we now live in a world where protecting the living is cause for punishment, punish me. That's dope. That's very dope. That's very true as well. That was certainly dramatic. Damn, it's Maggie. Wow. She's the president now? And look at the Commonwealth militia in the back. That's crazy. So Herschel is the president's son? I don't even know. Would Maggie be the president of the US in that world? Or in that universe, whatever you want to call it? Suitable replacement for the destroyed specimen. Wow. So Carl's got to go look for a walker. You know the market value for Walking Dead? Damn. That's dope. Market value? Jesus Christ, Maggie, do you hear yourself? Don't you mean Jesus Christ, Madam President? That was epic. That's dope. That's deep. How many years has it been since someone was bitten? You want to bring that back? Damn, that's pretty deep. Damn. Another reference to Rick. Absolutely love it. Parading the dead around in front of children isn't what my dad died for. Wow. Absolutely insane. This issue has some very deep dialogue that I absolutely love. You're gonna end up with a Sebastian Milton if you're not careful. Carl is the least of your worries. Love that connection. Whoa. Whoa. Damn. That's dope. Looks just like Andrea. Who is this though? I have a hard time placing who this is. Looks like Andrea. Like the real Andrea. But I don't know who it is. Oh, Lydia! Holy shit, that's Lydia? Wow. Damn, she looks just like Andrea. Holy shit. This is crazy though, because in a way, I get a lot of Last of Us vibes reading the story where it is now. So that's pretty deep. Just imagine if we've gotten to this point, maybe a little earlier, and maybe if they've continued and told the rest of the story, you know, after that, how great it could have been. So that just sucks, you know. I'm very disappointed that it's ending because this is gold. I think this is a gold mine of a story. Something that was missing in a lot of stories, zombie apocalyptic stories. Last of Us was the closest one I saw to that kind of feeling or that atmosphere or that type of story. But I definitely get a lot of vibes from that in this issue. Whoa. What is that? Are these just birds? Damn. The hat, that's dope. That's pretty dope. The eye patch. Don't lick it again, Lydia. I hope enough time's passed for you to get over that weird obsession you had with that eye socket. Remember how I used to lick? Whoa. Finally, he took it off. That's an amazing panel right there. Is that Eugene? Welcome to the Western Front. Uniting the East and the West for the first time since the trials first began. Wow, that's amazing. I just wish Stephanie had lived to see it. That's pretty powerful. Less Rick Grimes worship going on out here. People are too busy to praise your father for shit he had almost nothing to do with. Who's Laura? Is that one of the Xaviers? Damn, that's powerful. Every single person alive today is alive because of him, including you. Damn. Damn, that's powerful. Kind of reminds me of the earlier issues, or actually the very first issue, when Carl, I think this is actually supposed to be a direct callback to that, when Carl said daddy to Rick as he was writing in. I think that's a direct callback to that. That's pretty cool too. Damn, that's powerful. I made a sacrifice to keep my daughter safe. That's what my dad taught me. Damn, that's pretty cool. I'm not really getting a fugitive vibe from you. Still not the way Grimes should be treated. That's pretty cool. That's pretty epic. Wow. Herschel is a bit of a bitch. Oh, Michonne. So that's who they're talking about. Judge Hawthorne? I didn't even know that was Michonne. Maybe I should have. Damn. That's dope. That's dope. Thank you, Judge Hawthorne. He was just about to say Michonne. That's powerful right there. But when the creature walked across my land, I didn't see a fine piece of furniture or valuable livestock or a beautiful fruit tree. I saw the thing that took so many of our lives, some right in front of me. And I did what I knew had to be done. That's powerful. This issue's killing it with the powerful and deep dialogue. Damn, Andrea's 6 years old and she's never seen a roamer. Wow, I'm reminded of the world on the base of a certain statue you all had to walk past to get into the building. Are they talking about the statue of Rick Grimes? That'll be amazing. This is a powerful dialogue from Michonne. Because in a way, she is not only talking to the audience, but she's talking to us as people in the world. That's powerful right there. I absolutely love that. The dead made us live. That's cool. That's epic. Wow, Mr. Grimes, you're free to go. That's exactly how Sebastian acted. So that's freaking epic. The connection there. And it's also very clever that he looks like Sebastian. I never met my father. Almost no one remembers him. No one builds statues for him or writes books about what he did. Referring to Glenn. Damn. Kirkman really wanted to play with our emotions with that. Wow. That's the statue. This is dope. I love this cover. Or panel. This should be printed as a poster. It's Rick Grimes' statue. I mean, fans couldn't ask for anything better. Will you read to me before bed? I guarantee he's gonna tell her the story of Rick Grimes. That'll be epic. I feel like I know exactly where this is heading. Look at Jesus. Whoa. They're talking about the trials. It's cool. Oh, Negan. This is a dope panel right there. This is amazing. Obviously, this is not the real story of Rick Grimes, but I get the point of it. The Rick Grimes and Rick Grimes graves, love that. You would have really liked him, your grandfather, that's dope. This is also an amazing panel right there. That's absolutely epic. Absolutely epic. This final shot right here, absolutely epic. After all of that bitching about Robert Kirkman running the story into the ground, this issue was its revival. The revival of The Walking Dead. It's a shame it's the final one. I'm just going to read the letter that Robert Kirkman has to see what he has to say. This is the end of The Walking Dead. That's it. It's over. We're done. I'm sure you have a million questions, and I'm sure you feel as emotional about all this as we do. If not, more so. I'm completely willing to bet some of you are angry over this. I get it. I do. I mean, why didn't we announce this so that fans would have some time to prepare? Well, personally, I hate knowing what's coming. As a fan, I hate it when I realize I'm in the third act of a movie and the story is winding down. I hate that I can count commercial breaks and know I'm nearing the end of a TV show. I hate that we can feel we're getting to the end of a book or a graphic novel. Some of the best episodes of Game of Thrones are when they're structured in such a way and paced to perfection as your brain can't tell if it's been watching for 15 minutes or 50 minutes. And when the end comes, you're stunned. I love long movies for that very reason. You lose track of time because you went in convinced that you're going to be in there for a long time. But the story moves at such an entertaining and engaging pace that by the time the movie's wrapping up, you can't believe it's already over. Surprise, it's over. That's interesting because this issue didn't feel like 70 pages or 70 some pages. That's how entertaining and engaging it was. All I've ever done, all a creator can really do, is tailor-make stories to entertain ourselves and hope the audience feels the same way. That's all I've ever been doing, and it seems to work most of the time. The Walking Dead has always been built on surprise, not knowing what's going to happen. When you turn the page, who's going to die? How they're going to die. It's been essential to the success of this story or series. It's been the lifeblood that's been keeping it going all these years, keeping people engaged. It just felt wrong and against the very nature of the series not to make the actual end as surprising as all the big deaths, from Shane all the way to Rick. To be honest, it seemed like a really good idea at the time. But now that we're in here and the series is over, I'm having second thoughts. Not so much so that I'm changing course. That would be kind of impossible to do anyway. But it's possible, as much as I hate to admit it, that I'm genuinely feeling a sense of regret over this whole crazy plan. Wow, that was really a powerful letter from Robert Kirkman, much like his powerful dialogue throughout this issue. But with that, that's my reaction to this issue. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but now I'm going to jump into a very, very quick review of the whole thing. Obviously, you got most of my thoughts as I went through the reaction, but I'll share some of my high-level thoughts and opinions as well right here for the review. Alright, so with that reaction, let's jump into the review. So I actually took a bit of time before jumping into this review after my reaction, just writing down everything that I really wanted to talk about. Of course, there's a lot of things that I'm missing, but I think this captures my entire review of the issue itself. And I'm trying not to make this video super long, but at the same time, I wanted to make sure that I hit the main points that I want to talk about. First things first, I think making this issue start from a time skip was a great idea. I actually got a lot of Last of Us vibes from this whole story. in this issue and how it was structured when it comes to a long time having passed from when people were still in like survival mode. Old Carl reveal was absolutely shocking and great. I didn't see that coming. I thought that was a great twist. Sophia being Carl's wife and Andrea being his daughter, those reveals were crazy. I didn't see that coming. That actually goes back to fans really wanting Carl and Sophia to get together. So here you have it for those of you that really wanted it. But I really thought they were going to have Lydia and Carl together, but they ended up not doing that, or Kirkman didn't do that, which is interesting. The idea of having pet walkers and walkers are seen as treasure in this new world, I loved that whole concept. I think that's what really sold this issue for me, that whole concept. Lydia's appearance was very dope, like I said, and the hat and everything, they brought that back. That was absolutely insane and cool. Herschel appearing was very cool. Herschel actually had a key role in this issue, which was very interesting. The whole way they made him be the antagonist was dope. I really, really enjoyed that. I loved the connection they made between Herschel and Sebastian. I loved that. I think that was a great idea and something that, in a way, we didn't really see coming. Now, in retrospect, going back, we can kind of realize that they were setting this up all along. And when Kirkman said that he had the idea of how Rick was gonna die all along, maybe he's not lying. Maybe that's the idea of Rick dying that way and then them bringing it back as a callback like this. So I absolutely love that whole thing. Carl's trial was done to perfection. The whole way they did it and how they went back and forth and the dialogue that they had, I absolutely loved that. President Maggie was a very nice touch and it was actually very clever and epic. With the way they made Commonwealth and Alexandria having grown up to be like modern cities, I absolutely loved that. Also, the reveal that Michonne is a judge was very, very interesting. I loved that one. I actually loved Michonne's entire speech. I think it was very powerful and it was deeper than just an issue of The Walking Dead. So that was pretty amazing. Carl is set free. That part, it was cool and all, but it wasn't really shocking because we kind of could see it coming. We get to the part with Michonne and Carl talking about the sword. So obviously Carl used Michonne's sword to kill the walker at the beginning of the issue. So Michonne kind of refers to that. I absolutely love that as well. Glenn is also referenced by Herschel in this issue. That was epic and powerful. I feel like Kirkman put that in there to play with our emotions. So I really, really enjoyed that. Rick's statue, absolutely insane. I loved it. I can't say enough how much I enjoyed that part. Carl reads the story of Rick Grimes to Andrea. I think that was absolutely phenomenal. It was a great way to wrap everything up. I mean, if there was a way to bring everything together and wrap the whole story up, that would have been it. And I loved the way they did it. I absolutely loved it. Jesus and Negan make appearances in this issue, which was cool. Old Jesus, but only young Negan. We didn't actually see old Negan, which is kind of a disappointment. But still, it was great to see Negan still. Final panel, it was amazing. I loved it. With Carl and Andrea on the rocking chair. I think that was a great, great close. And I think that needs to be a poster. That needs to be a poster. Generally speaking, we got some amazing and iconic panels with some great drawings in this issue. I absolutely love them. Some are actually poster worthy. Like they could be actual posters, which I love. The entire storyline though and the plot was very, very entertaining and interesting. I loved the whole story. And in a way, it didn't feel like I was reading 70 pages of story. That's how engaged and interesting the story was. So for all of us bitching about how the story was going downhill and how Kirkman was running the story to the ground, you know, this issue kind of made up for it. But at the same time, he really had to go all out for this final issue if he was going to leave a mark. The Rick references in this issue were very, very interesting, epic, and powerful. Especially the ones that Carl brought up. So Carl's speeches referring to Rick were very cool and powerful and just insane and epic in general. But generally speaking, we got some epic and powerful dialogue throughout this issue, which I absolutely loved. That's actually what kept me engaged in the story throughout. The amazing and powerful dialogue that they had in there. But that's basically my review of this issue. It would be like my final video for the Walking Dead comic book series. If I do any other videos, it'll be maybe callback videos, maybe review of older issues. That's basically it. I want to know everyone's thoughts about this issue though. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads.